me. The Competent Communication Manual provides a variety of vocal variety characteristics ranging from volume and pitch to rate and quality. But it does not really cover how the speaker can involve an audience during his or her speech. It does not really recognize that an involved audience can significantly improve a speech delivery. Tonight, Michael Thorn would like to demonstrate this practice through a discussion of how to prepare a speech. He asks that you join him with his speech, again entitled, Work With Me. Welcome, Toastmaster Thorn.
May I interrupt?
Yes.
Please, I read the wrong set of instructions.
All right.
What do we do?
We have this on video. Doug, please restate Mike's.
Okay, this evening, Michael used for his volume, pitch, rate, and quality to reflect and add meaning and interest to his message. He will use pauses to enhance his message and use vocal variety smoothly and naturally.
Now, please welcome our vocal variety expert, Michael Thorn.
Didn't make any difference. I could get the same speech. Judy, fellow Toastmasters, there are any number of ways that you can demonstrate vocal variety. It can be through volume, it can be through intensity, it can be through mechanical methods. There's any number of ways you can do it. But I think we're overlooking the most fundamental way, and that's audience interaction. And so I've distributed to several of you pieces of paper with numbers on it. And when I call your number, I'd like you to stand and read that passage in a clear, clarion manner. Begin with number 1. Who has number 1?
I don't know, but it's been said.
I can do better than that. I don't know, but it's been said. Don't want to speak, I'd rather be dead. And that is how many people feel when they come into Toastmasters. They're scared. They're scared. And they would rather be dead than get up here and speak. Which is why they come to Toastmasters, which brings us to number 2. Barry?
I don't know, but I've been told.
I think I can do better. I don't know, but I've been told. It's time to step up and be bold. And that is the whole purpose of Toastmasters. There are any number of ways we can excel. In fact, Toastmasters on its website has 99 tips on how to prepare for a speech. 99 of them. But the basic point is that it's all been a life-changing experience for all of us and everyone we know in Toastmasters. Which leads me to number 3. Somebody, number 3.
Toastmasters, superstars.
Very close. With apologies to Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice, Toastmasters, superstars, how did you get to where you are? All together. Toastmasters, superstars, how did you get to where you are? I apologize in general. But my point is, we have learned through all these various tips, all 99 of them, whether we know it or not, to succeed at public speaking. I've seen everybody in this room at the very beginning when they were, well, I've seen it now and they're really good. And I like to recognize that by selecting just a few of those 99 steps. So who has number 4?
The timer. Go with what you know.
I can't make that any clearer. Why would you ever give a speech that you don't know the topic? Seriously, I've seen people do this. They don't know anything about this topic, and yet they're going to go out and give a speech on it. So my recommendation, especially to newbies, is go with your personal experience. We've done so much research that it's second nature to you. That you've actually developed a sense of comfort. And that comfort is crucial because then you have familiarity. familiarity is the key to any good speech. However, that's not the end and be all. Number 5.
Practice does not make perfect.
I know you've heard your entire life that practice makes perfect. Wrong. Practice does not make perfect. In fact, what it probably does is it entrenches really bad techniques, really bad practices. If you're going to succeed, you have to practice perfectly on the best attributes. What makes a speech really go for you? And that is what you want to practice over and over. And yet, that in and of itself is insufficient. Because you have to be completely practiced. Which leads me to number 6. Number 6. Splat. A simple word, but you've all seen it. How many times have you seen a speech, or maybe it's been your speech, going along really well, and all of a sudden it starts to falter, and then it goes off into a tangent, and it completely falls apart. It goes splat. And the reason for that is that someone has memorized their speech. My advice to newcomers is never memorize a speech. Just be so familiar with it that 1 or 2 words will trigger your thought process, not your memory, but your thought process, and keep you moving. The second thing that drives you into a hole will cause you to go splat. Is you never completely rehearsed the entire speech. You've probably all done this yourself. You start practicing your speech, you get a minute or 2 into it, you think, oh, this is really going badly. And you go back and start over again. And you practice the speech, you get struggling into it, you get 2 or 3 minutes into it, and you think, this is it's terrible. And you go back and start again. You do that over and over and over. So the first 3 minutes, you're on top of the whole game. You never get to the end of the speech. My recommendation, my very strong suggestion, is when you're practicing your speech, you work your way all the way through it, no matter how badly it's going, no matter how far off track you are, until you get back to your original intent. You do that every time you practice, it'll be a different path. But when you give the final speech, the actual delivery, no matter where you are, it's not a problem. If you're over here someplace, you've been here before, and you know how to get back. You didn't memorize it, you're just so familiar and comfortable, you know how to make it happen. So, no memorization, but do go through completion and use perfect practice. Which leads me to number 7. 7?
I don't know. I don't want to cry.
I could talk about all 99 methods, but I have to limit myself because I don't know. I don't want to cry. As time is up, I have to say goodbye. Toastmasters.